Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. It's day 8 of Dephemberember. Our prompts are beads and we're making a postage stamp dangle. Today we're working with the animal, which is butterflies. So I've taken out my butterfly punch to make use of it. Of course, you could use all sorts of different ways to interpret that theme. So here's a little bit of footage that I will cue up for you now that will show me heating up my skillet that I keep beeswax in, that I do batik with on fabric and paper and other things. So have a little look and we'll be right back. Okay, so now I have the dried pieces that have been waxed and they have this very lovely feel to them. They also smell delightfully beeswaxy. And funny enough, this one, before I even knew what the animal was when I did this morning, I chose a butterfly stamp already. So I have loads of these little snippets that were from envelopes that had stamps on them. I always pull these off whenever I get mail, but also I was able to purchase from one of my friends who's an antique. He had an antique store for a very long time. I was able to purchase bags of these from him. So I'm going to make 4 of these today because I feel like this is a nice kind of mass make type thing. So what I want to start by doing is I want to go ahead and add some eyelets to each of these. So what we will use these for will be a decoration, kind of like you would use a cluster. This part can be glued onto a page, but I'm just going to keep them free form for future projects. So first I want to, using this one, I'm going to punch 3 small holes for 3 small eyelets right underneath each of the stamps. So we have 3 holes, and I'm using these little brown eyelets. And I need to switch my eyelet punch size here for the little ones. Oops. I gotta get that back in the hole. These little ones are a little tricky to work with sometimes. There we go. Okay. Oh, that did not let go. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to use the little one. Sometimes this happens. It depends how thick your paper is. I find with the little eyelets, these little guys, they like a bit of a thicker paper that can hang on to them. Let me try again and see if I can do it slightly better. We'll give it one more try, and if it doesn't work, we'll move on. I'll use my other eyelet punch too, because I find sometimes this punch doesn't work as well as my manual punch, where I can get the eyelet to lie down a lot nicer. There we go. Okay, it worked that time. So let's continue along. I'll have faith in this. See if I can do it again. There we go. Okay, yeah, that one worked. Now we need 1 more eyelet. I just have to dig over here. I prepared these ahead of time so that I wouldn't have to fight with finding an eyelet. There's one right there. Oopsie. I don't organize my eyelets. I keep them all together in this one container, so it's always a little bit of a struggle. Although, not that bad of a struggle. Okay, and I'm just using these eyelets because I need a little strength to hold on to what I'm going to do with the rest of this. So now we will switch our eyelet punch back to the regular size for the other ones, and these will go a little faster, hopefully. And we will punch holes. Okay, so this one I thought I would put the red one in. This one, I think, do I just want one hole or do I want two in that one? It might be nicer with two because it's sort of double width. Let's grab another eyelet that is the same color. Hopefully it is. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to kind of go in between the stamps and then almost at the end. There we go. And let's just punch these. One. I'm sorry if it sounds like a romper room upstairs in my house. It is. My kids are kind of doing parkour in my living room, I think. It's okay. Okay, and then we'll add the red one to this beautiful North Carolina stamp. Okay, one more to go. Let's punch our hole. I think I'll go a little into this one, into the stamp a little more so that we keep the New York July 26, 1788 label there. There we go. Okay, so now we have the basis for what we want to do next, which is actually pretty simple. So I've chosen a few waxed linen threads, and I'm going to just choose a bit of a length, how long I will want the dangle to be. So in this one, probably that is what I want. And I'm going to put 2 threads of the same length through each of the eyelets, meaning for this one I need 6. So let's go ahead and thread them through. Actually, I'm going to fold them and do a slip knot. Yeah, we can fit that in there. That's perfect. And you just open up your loop. Okay, there's one. And I'll just cut the rest of the lengths of this. So these are all now tied with their multiple strands, so it's time to get on with the beads and butterflies. So I have multiple cases of beads. The ones I've chose today are in here. That's another reason I chose to use waxed linen, because it's really good for threading beads. So now it's just a matter of choosing beads that I would like to go on to my threads here. I'm going to choose beads that just, they match the colors of the paper or the stamps or the threads, and they all will be a little harmonious. So I'm going to start just by adding 3 peach beads on here, and then I'm going to tie a nice knot in the waxed linen. I'll give a little bit of space so that they can move around a bit, so they can slide down. So that will be the beading portion, and I'm just going to mix it up. Then I also need butterflies, and I decided I probably would like to put butterflies on the threads themselves. So I'm going to use my punch to do that. Okay, so we'll just try to slip this. This is a little piece of paper, but I wanted to use it because it's Tim Holtz and it's so pretty. Okay, so now the challenge will be getting it out of there. Let's see if I can do that. There we go. So now we have those, and we need to get a few different papers, different butterflies. I like this paper. This is from a book, the inside of a book actually, the inside cover. I just kind of peeled it off. Oy. This punch can get a little jammy, but it's me, it's not the punch. Come on, little butterfly. There you go. That should be enough of those. And then I have some writing here. Notes from a book. They're so pretty. I'm just going to use the whole piece of paper to make these because I think even if I don't need them all for this, I will use them for something. Okay. I'll keep that little scrap as well. Then I'll take some of this. This is just like a collaged scrap piece of paper with coffee paper on the back. Bless me, I'm so sorry. I have got allergies today. Oh my goodness. I've been sneezing this morning. I don't know what is triggering my allergies, but something. Okay. So now we have all these butterflies. So what I want to do with them is create essentially a bead with them. So I'm just going to grab my art glitter glue, and each piece will be one side of, you know, a bead that we can add onto these threads. So I'm going to show you how to do one of these, and then I'll do the rest of them maybe a little high speed. So I'm just going to grab a couple more beads first on this long string. So 1 and 2. Sorry if you can hear my dog snurfling in the background there. That's my little Toasty. Maybe he has the same allergies as I do today. I don't know. I was unpacking some boxes down here, some mail. It might be just the dust from that. Okay, so there we go. So now we have these beads on this thread. Now we're going to create another interval here to lay down one of our butterflies. So I'm going to use this blue one. I'll just cover it in art glitter glue. And we'll trap this inside there. And we'll connect the other butterfly on the other side. And then just kind of press them together, keeping that string inside. Okay. So now we have a butterfly on that dangle. Okay. So I will go on beading and butterflying these up, and then I will come back to you with them, that part complete. The beading is now complete. So we have these fun dangles. So what I did was I just essentially went butterfly, bead, butterfly, or just, you know, however I felt like I wanted to add them. I mostly did like intervals of a few beads and then a butterfly, and I really like these. I think they came out very cute. This one especially is quite cool. I could even cut it into 3 if I wanted to have 3 separate dangles, but I think I'll keep it together for now. I like the waxing of the paper. It's given it a lot of stability. This one I accidentally pulled too hard and I pulled the eyelet. That happens sometimes when you're trying to tie a waxed linen because it's a little bit of a heavier longer type of thread, so you can, you know, accidentally tie it. So what I did was a slip knot and then a couple of knots to just hold it in. But I'm totally happy with how this one turned out still. I will still absolutely use it. It's cute. So I'm happy with these. I had a lot of fun making them. I will be back again tomorrow for day 9 of Dephemberember, and I hope to see you then. Thank you to all the new subscribers, and if you haven't yet subscribed, I would love it if you did. I do try to do fun and different things here, so we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.